Hello, everybody. So I was gonna start doing the readings for mid-October, and I was gonna start with Aries. But then I was reading their cards, and I'm just like, this could be for everybody. So um, I kind of feel like I want to do all signs reading for mid-October, and I know a couple people won't agree with it, but that's cool too. You can watch it, or you don't have to. But I feel like, oh, by the way, I'm at the here, guys. I wanted to share this energy with you. And I think with this particular phone, I'm not able to like flip the camera around so you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just turn the camera. So yeah, I'm sitting out here, and I've been out here since like 8 o'clock. I think it's like close to 10 right now. But I needed to be around the water. I actually had a reading before I even get started on you guys' reading. I just want to talk for a minute because I know I don't talk to you guys a lot on these videos. I kind of try to get the message out there, and I'm off doing whatever for the day. So, I had a reading done, and it's so crazy being a tarot reader. I don't really like people pulling my energy, but if I allow you to pull my energy, that means that my spirit wants you to. I've had a couple people who try to pull my energy, and my spirit was like, "Fuck no, don't let them even. They don't need to know." Because people can tell, like, when you're progressing, they can feel a certain, oh, the fish jumped out the water. That's so cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but off in the distance, you see the splashes in the water? It's a fish jumping. I hope you guys can see it without the sun in the way. It's so cool. But anyway, so yeah, people um I don't let people pull my energy a lot. Like, if I allow you to pull my energy, it's because Spirit says, sure, it's something you need to hear. And you guys should do the same thing. Like, I know a lot of people want to go to tarot readers because you really need advice or guidance, but make sure you go to a reader that doesn't have like fucked up energy, and listen to your spirit. If your spirit said go to a reader, then go to a particular reader, not just because you have this anxiety thing going on, and it's like, I got the money, so I'm gonna just spend this cash on getting this reading, and you're not really in tune with the person. So I had a reading done, and it was my first reading that I allowed someone to do for me. And I actually cried, and I'm not a crier. Like, I don't know, it takes a lot for me to cry. It has to be like super touching. But I got a reading done from my homegirl Naya. Find her on Facebook. I'll probably link her information. She's really, really good. She's a medium also. Very in tune. Like, you can, when she does the reading, you can feel her spirits um, around her when she does the reading. It's so nice, so nice. But I cried because, first of all, she was telling me different. She was reading different parts of my book, and only a few people know certain parts of my book that are like very, very uh, intense, very, very sensitive, pertaining to the things that happened to me when I was younger. So when she was reading these things, I was like, oh shit, like, yeah, that's chapter 3, that's chapter 10. And so she was just laughing, like blown away that she was actually able to read, certain pieces and not even know that I was writing that particular thing in my book. So that was pretty cool. And the main thing I wanted her to do, well, the main thing I wanted out of the reading, because before she even started the reading, I told my spirit, I was like, look, you already know how I am when it comes to people. So anything that you have to say to me, let it be known. Everything else, like, cut that shit. Um, so towards the end of the reading, she did a medium session, and I was like, oh shit, yes. because I wanted my spirits to come through. Like, even as a medium, I have trouble connecting to the deeper spirits that I really, really want to talk to. Like, it's easy to talk to the ones who just recently passed away 8 to 10 years ago and more recent. Like, those are easy to tap into. But I wanted to tap into, like, my roots. And when she did my reading, and because I was so open to my ancestors, I felt thousands and thousands and thousands of my tribes, of my bloodline. And I thought that was fucking amazing. And I've seen them once before when I first started my spiritual journey, but then I haven't seen them again. So it kind of like depressed me. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, so you just go show me yourself one time and then I ain't gonna see you again. So when she did my reading, it showed up, and they never went anywhere. I wasn't as open as I thought I was to them. So that put a lot of fears. Maybe I was doing something wrong, or maybe I wasn't doing something. I wasn't where I was supposed to be spiritually or something. Like, I had all these fears and anxieties that came up because I didn't see him again. It was fucking with me. So when she did my reading, they was telling me that I was doing everything right and they're proud of me. Don't change anything. Be who you are. You're on the right path. And that was beautiful. And I even a spirit, she saw a spirit that was beyond the time of the pyramids, honey. Beyond the time of the pyramids. You know how old the fucking pyramids are? So one of my ancestors beyond that time came to me, and she describes her as this beautiful uh, woman who lived in the water. And the first thing you think about is Yemaya, or any deity that's surrounded by water. But she was like, nah, she's beyond that. She's actually mixed with some of the energy of Oya, if you know any of African deities. So she's like a mixture between Yemaya and Oya together. Like, she has the power of wind and water. And I was like, I like this. And she's like, yes, definitely. Um, your ancestral roots are like super deep, super thick, super, like, you have thousands of people who are around you every day. And I can kind of tell. I try to decipher between my energy and other people's energy that comes to me for medium readings, because, like I've mentioned before, like, I get anxiety super bad when a spirit is in my space, and I'm a space person. Like, I like my space, and when a spirit is like bombarding me with their energy because they have something to say, or they have to get this message off their chest. They're just like people, just in the spiritual realm, and they have this message that they want to get off their chest, and it gives me anxiety. So, but anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, y'all. I told y'all I was going to talk, and I just kind of spaced out. But anyway, yes, I got to meet my ancestors. They're super, super dope, and I want to give you guys the same thing that she gave me when I do my readings. I just thought it was very, very amazing. I swear to God, I don't know where I was going with this. Like, when I say my thoughts just left me when I started thinking about the one deity, the one spirit that lives in the water, because I'm sitting here by the water. And it's probably why I'm here now, because I'm just hoping, like, she'll manifest herself to me today. At least through this reading that I'm about to give you guys. But, okay, well, I guess I better start reading because my mind went blank, so fuck it. I don't know what happened. My brain does that, y'all. Y'all have to forgive me. I was on the road for a second. So I guess she's here. Let me just go ahead and talk. So I can't turn this camera around because this phone sucks. I got a new phone, but it won't allow me to turn the camera around when I want to. Look at that one. So we have forgiveness is the first card. And I think this card came up because Like I said, when I saw my ancestors one time and I didn't see them before for a long time. I saw them once and I didn't see them again for a long time. It made me feel like I was doing something wrong. So when we have this, when we do that to ourselves, when we feel like it's something that we're doing wrong, or we're not who we're supposed to be, clarifying the high priestess, the forgiveness card. We have to forgive ourselves for the way we think. We have to forgive ourselves for where we think we should be. Because where we think we should be and where spirit needs us to go is two total different things. And it's only because of this. Phobias. Fears, phobias, our minds, the way we think, the way we govern ourselves makes us feel like we're not doing the right thing, we're not saying the right thing, we're not meeting the right people, we're not manifesting where we're supposed to manifest in our lives, whether it's within ourselves or outside of ourselves. But spirit is saying that you have to have faith, you have to trust. And that's what my spirit was telling me. Like they were saying, even though you saw us that one time and we didn't show you ourselves again until now, you still have to have faith. You have to trust in our guidance, hermit. You have to trust in our guidance and know that we're here. We're still guiding you. And then what happens, what we tend to do is when we feel like we're doing something wrong, we tend to block ourselves, block our blessings, 9 of Wands. We tend to block ourselves from what spirit is trying to do for us. Give us this abundance, this joy, this peace, this happiness, contentment. And it stems from maybe childhood issues. If you had some sort of lack, something that you didn't get when you was younger, spirit is trying to give it to you now with this Libra, Scorpio energy. Like I said, like with Libra and Scorpio, I feel all the signs are powerful, but certain signs, when they come together in a month, in their energies, like when Libra and Scorpio gets closer and closer together, we're going to be starting working on some karmic shit. Like we're going to work on old relationships, childhood traumas. We always do, but each energy brings a different aspect of that healing. So once we open ourselves to that and trust that spirit is guiding us, is there, is visible, even though we can't see them, we can feel them. We can feel it. And then it's going to bring around so many more opportunities. 7 of Cups and the Love cards that's been held from us maybe from the past on purpose. And that sounds weird. Like, why would spirit hold something back from you? They know we need it. Like, why would you have me go through all of this thinking that I'm doing it wrong? And then it's like, you want me to still open myself up just so you can give me the thing now that I've been waiting for 10 years ago? Yes, it works that way. And that's only because you have to learn a certain thing a certain way. You have to build your mind. You have to build your heart. It's all about building your personality, building your character to go a certain place in order for you to receive those things. Because what if you still have that shitty mindset? What if you were still a narcissist or a sociopath or a liar or whatever it is that was holding you back, and spirit wasn't really shutting you out but trying to grow you? What if you didn't grow in those different ways? What if you didn't know how to love because of a childhood situation? What if you had problems trusting because you were hurt so much? What if you have, you know what I'm saying? Like all these things that we go through. What if you didn't work on those things? And then now spirit is like, here you go. When you finally get that thing you've been waiting for, what would you do with it? Would you fuck it up and like put all the nasty yuck on it? Or are you at a place now in your life where you're like, wow, at first I didn't understand. Now I get it. And I'm opening to receive everything that you have for me. I have so many options now, and I'm able to put my hand in each one of them without tainting anything in my life because I was able to listen and I grew And I worked on the shit that I needed to work on, whether it hurt me, whether people fell from my side, whether I didn't understand, whether I had to do it alone. I still did it. And then now I get to reap the benefits. Thank you, Spirit. I feel your love. I feel your abundance. I feel everything you have to offer. I feel your vastness. I don't even know if that's a word, of who you are, who you could be to me. You know? Perception. Once you stop that why me, poor me mindset, everything else is so fucking beautiful. Everything else is beautiful. And it seems small because you feel spirit, and everything else seems so like minute. It hardly bothers you. I'm not going to say it's never going to bother you, because it does. But it seems so much smaller and tolerable, even with dealing with people. Like, I'm just going to put this out there. I had a venue Saturday, and I asked, someone for a ride to the venue because I don't have a car right now. I have a car, but I can't drive my car. Let's just put it like that. So I asked for a ride to this venue that I had Saturday, and they just told me no. Not that they didn't have gas, not that they had something to do. They're just like, they smiled and they're like, no, I can't, sorry. And it's only because I was going to do tarot readings, and they didn't believe in it. So I was like, cool. I didn't get mad. I turned my music up. I actually played Sierra Level Up, because if I would have played something like Cardi B or anything else like I normally do, my energy would have been totally bad for my venue. So because I decided not to let that petty shit bother me, and I know where I stand and where they stand and where spirit needed me to go, when I got to the venue, it was 1,000 times better. The energy, I felt rich. I felt like I was fucking filthy rich, because I didn't let anything taint what spirit needed me to do in that moment for that day. And that's where we are for the rest of October, beginning of November. Don't let anything, not even your own self, taint your blessings, because I don't really know how to explain it unless you've already been through it, but the blessings you receive reach down to your core, to the pits of your stomach, and it's like a lotus blossoming on the inside of you, out radiating to the world. I love it, and I love you guys. This is going to be for every sign. I was going to start with Aries and work my way down, but I don't think so. This is for everybody. Share it as many times as you guys want to. Like, subscribe. I have new sages in my shop. For the month of October, I have the devotion sage, and it helps with this energy. It helps you become more devoted to yourself. And if you're not as a devoted person to your relationship with your spouse or whatever, it helps with that. Burn that shit together. I think I might do a herbal bath for devotion, also for couples and for singles. So definitely, if you want that, I don't know if I'm gonna post it on my website, but if you want it, comment or inbox me. And I'm only gonna make it is if I see a purchase, because people ask for shit and then I make it and then they're nowhere to be found. So fuck that. If you want something made, I will send you a link to my PayPal, and I'll make it for you and I'll send it. But other than that, I ain't doing it. So, but definitely jump on this energy. Definitely jump on this energy, guys. It's amazing. Look at that. Look at it. Looky. One more time. So, peace, guys. And I'll talk to you maybe next week when I do November's readings. I'll do those individually. Bye.